This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Welcome to this episode of the kjandapodcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm Kay.
Hey, Jay here.
Going for Michael Myers today. I just try to get excited about it. Look at me, kjandapodcast. Look at me, I'm the K. So this week we are talking about everyone's fave, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Thwip! Thwip! Thwip, thwip, thwip!
Correct. The Thwipper himself.
Thwip!
Not the Schnickter.
Yeah, see, I got some perspective on that. Thwip!
It's too close.
Yeah,
Boop, boop, boop.
but I was trying to make it like action-y, like Spider-Man. Like, fuck it.
I don't think we have enough room for all that.
I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah, at this point, we're kind of like old man Peter. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. But, I'm wearing a bathrobe.
Peter B. Parker? Good old Peter B.
So this one is now on Disney Plus.
Full first season.
Yeah, all 10 episodes, whole first season. And actually, like, it's one of those things where the Spider-Man story has been told 100 times. Like, literally, they have the whole Spider-Verse thing going on where it's like, yeah, they're fucking everywhere. Like, it always happens. Like, it's the same shit. Spider-Man has to do this. Spider-Man has to do that. In order to be a Spider-Man, he has to have extreme loss. Blah, 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 blah. Which he actually didn't have in this one. Just yet.
No. Well, not that we saw. So I think this mirrors more of Tom Holland's Spider-Man since it's an alternate universe. So it mirrors more the cinematic universe versus the comic books.
Well, yeah, because everyone's making Aunt May young now.
Yeah.
It used to be she was always like a grandma. I
mean, even when they did Ultimate Spider-Man, May wasn't like super old. She just had gray hair and she was still, like in good physical shape versus the Aunt May that we got in Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
But it was also Aunt May was like that in the comic books though. She was an old lady. And
she was also like that in the more recent Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now ever since the Tom Holland Spider-Man Aunt May, they're like, oh shit, let's make Aunt May hot. She's like the MILF mom. Let's make her do that.
Yeah, thank you, Marissa Tomei, for playing that role.
I mean, good on you, girl. Good on you. Like, Tony Stark was like, what's up?
Yeah, I'm like, as soon as Tony...
I'll give you an Iron Man.
I'm like, yeah. Tony got the hots for her. Happy has the hots for her. I'm like, even the guy at the freaking Chinese restaurant? Oh, no, my bad. Was it Chinese? It wasn't.
Shawarma, wasn't it?
No. Not in Homecoming.
Oh, what was it? Wasn't Happy actually dating her at some point?
He thought he was.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly. I remember that they were
close. I don't know if they were dating. Because even when it was brought up in, like, was it the second one? Far From Home? Or was it No Way Home? When they were like, yeah, it's not happening. He was just like, oh. Like, bro, you tried too hard. You played your hand too hard, too good.
Well, this one actually, it keeps an older style, like the original comic book style.
Yeah, like the old, the 1960s, 70s style.
Yeah, like Archie comic style, essentially. But, like, they do that thing that I really usually don't like, and honestly, in this one, I still don't like it. The polygon, like the pixels over polygons, where they try and make it look 2D, but it's obviously 3D. Like, because that's one thing I will say. Like, the story was well done, but I feel like the character models were fucking terrible, and like their movements were very choppy.
I mean, I'll give it that only because, like I said, they're going for that older feel, and let's be honest, animation back in the day was kind of super choppy. So
Yeah,
let's give it stylized. It's stylized.
yeah. It's a style. It's a style. I still like. I mean, they even took Peter back to his original like ginger hair. Like he's very much like they went full nerd with this one.
Yeah,
But they never explain, like, does spiders give him kung fu powers?
I think it's like a natural defense, honestly. I think it's just like his body now knows how to instinctively move to certain ways.
Yeah, because they never brought up a spider sense in any way.
No, we did not
Not
see
once.
spider sense. He kept his glasses the entire time, even though he probably
Yeah,
doesn't
I was
need
thinking
to
about that
use
too.
them.
Like, is it just habit? Like, they never mention the fact he doesn't need them anymore.
I mean, he wore the freaking glasses like for a while in the early days of the comics. It wasn't until like maybe the 80s, 90s when he stopped wearing the glasses. So there's that, honestly. But they even say in this one that Uncle Ben has passed away and it was before he got his spider powers.
Yeah, and it
So-
wasn't. But I don't think it was in like a really bad, like horrific way.
No,
Like, it wasn't like all the other ones where he was like, "Oh, someone robbed him, and he died, and I didn't protect him."
right.
There
So he
wasn't
doesn't have
that.
that like with great power comes great responsibility immediately.
Yeah.
Since Norman and if you haven't listened to this podcast before,
Yeah, come on.
obviously,
Come on.
spoilers, because we're just spoiler heavy, and by now all 10 episodes are out. And if you really wanted to watch Spider-Man, you'd have been watching it, or you
Yeah.
would have got someone's password and gone on Disney Plus and watched it.
Everybody's doing it. Don't fucking act like you don't. You
Perfectly
don't act
fine.
like you're not good enough
Everybody's
for
trying
that.
to save money. It's terrible out there. But Norman, who becomes his mentor, that's right, Norman Osborn,
Yeah.
becomes his mentor, much like Tony Stark becomes Tom Holland's mentor.
Yeah.
He basically says, with great power comes great respect.
Yeah.
To which I was like, you know what?
He's right. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Yeah, it's a
Which
little
is why
shallow, but he's not wrong.
But like Peter, that's why Peter readily accepted it. He was
Yes.
like,
you know what?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I love that it was like Norman Osborn sponsored him.
Yes.
When he found out, like, he was like giving him all these suit ideas and shit, and it was pretty. I mean, some of them were pretty funny, and it was kind of cool. I really liked that episode where they were talking about the different brands that he was trying to do.
Now, what I found funny is this is also the whole suit thing was actually in the comic books brought about because Peter Parker as Spider-Man was on trial. Or no, Peter was on trial, and I think Spider-Man was being hunted down. So he couldn't be Spider-Man. So he had made these other suits. So one of them was Prodigy, which was the gold suit with the red cape.
And then he gets caught on the thing, and I was like, ah!
Then there was Hornet, which was
the buzzy
suit.
flying one.
Dumb. Then there was the Dusk, which is the black suit with the
He's
gliders
like,
and stuff.
He scared that little kid. You're scaring my child.
But they missed out on one that was called Ricochet, and it was similar to like a spider suit, but it also had like a leather jacket, and it had these little discs lining the upper sleeve, and he could throw the discs, and it would ricochet, sort of like small Captain America shields. Yeah. That's probably why they left it out, because it was like kind of goofball and corny. But
yeah, but I mean, it would have fit actually with this character because they talk about how much they love Captain America.
Yeah.
It would have fit if he did something like Captain America once or twice, like to try it.
Yeah. So here's one of our big differences. This Peter Parker really saw Captain America as his role model versus Tony Stark.
Yeah, definitely.
So where Iron Man got Peter for his team, I'm pretty sure Cap would have gotten Peter in this universe had he been able to join the Civil War.
Yeah, because he does. I mean, they talk about the Sokovia Accords.
Yes,
In this
multiple
one.
times.
Yeah, they bring it up a lot because it's going on like in the background as
Right.
he's just trying to find himself. And but Peter never mentions his stance on this.
No, you only see Norman talk to General Ross, who is still the Secretary of Defense at the time, and he's talking about the Accords, and Norman tells Ross that he has a enhanced individual working for him, who he is letting out to do tasks. But he is also not giving away Peter's identity. He's giving him, I think, one of his security guards as the person behind the mask. Then Iron Man does show up also under the Accords to stop Otto Octavius.
Yeah, who has not got his arms yet. But they're
Right.
but like
He
honestly
had the beginnings. They were in his workshop.
Yeah, they were in his workshop doing shit, like as I don't know, like roof decoys, probably just to like get shit.
Yeah, I think.
But then when he was drawing it up in his jail cell, he had like multiple arms, and so I'm wondering if they're gonna do more than.
It looks like
no, the drawings. It looked like 6 or 8.
Yeah, I think he's going. I think he's going for the full 8 on this one versus his comic book persona.
So at the very beginning, you think that. Because I remember you talked to me about this, and I'm pretty sure it was before you watched the episode where he gets bit by a spider that falls through a portal.
Yeah, so
you think it's from an alternate universe at first.
Right. Because that's kind of how it is in the MCU, where, Strange opens a portal, it's usually to another place, but he has also opened portals to other dimensions, like the mirror dimension or the dark dimension.
Yeah, I really like how they loop that together.
Yeah.
And I like that they're not making Norman Osborn just flat out evil. Like, as I've always said, the best villains are just, they have good intentions, but they're doing it the wrong way. And that's what Norman Osborn is doing. Like, he's not a bad guy. He's genuinely trying to do good things for the world.
At least it seems so. On the
it
surface,
seems so now.
Because again, we're only seeing this, and again, we only got 10 episodes. So we had maybe Norman didn't even pop up in the first episode. I don't think. I think it wasn't until like episode 2.
Yeah, it was like second episode. Yeah,
we only got to see him for like 9 episodes. And Coleman Domingo, who does voice, and if you don't know who Coleman Domingo is, he's been in a lot of stuff. The first time I saw him was in the Walking Dead prequel series. What was the name of the prequel series?
Oh, it's The Walking Dead. Rise of the Walking. No, not Rise.
No.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
that's the first time I saw him, and he had a great. No, that's that one. No, that's that one. But yeah, he had a great character in that show, and his voice is just so distinct. So I think it was really cool because I think initially he even said that he was going to be pitched as taking over Kang, and he said, "I really don't want to do a character that's already been done or that someone else has had to leave behind. He wants to make a character for himself." So I was like,
I mean, it worked for Warhammer.
I mean, yeah. But this way, I mean, if they do somehow loop in some things from the animated universe into like Doomsday or Secret War, we could end up with him as our Norman Osborn mainline, or seeing him as a version of Green Goblin, or just as Norman Osborn in general.
I wonder if they were planning this when they did Into the Spider-Verse, and you could probably find like a version of this Spider-Man in the background when they're going through the spider dimension.
You know what?
I wonder if you could.
We could.
You probably could.
Probably could do a real good watch and see if we could find it.
Yeah. But in this one, they also I really like that he doesn't really have like a bully at school, too. Like he doesn't have a Flash Thompson or any of that. I thought Lonnie initially would be,
right,
but Lonnie was like a great guy. He was just a decent fucking dude.
And see the problem with knowing who Lonnie Lincoln is, if you've read
I
it.
don't.
Okay.
I didn't.
I'm not. Well, have you heard the name Tombstone, which becomes his nickname after he
Yeah.
joins this gang called the
I,
110?
no, because I honestly had not. I mean, it sounds familiar, but I don't know a lot about Tombstone. But like looking at the episode when when he was breathing in the shit, I was going, all right, what power is he gonna get? And he just got like super strength and invulnerability. I'm like, okay, that's solid. Like but I've never heard of him or like I don't remember anything about him from
Okay.
comic
Do you
books.
remember the original Spider-Man animated series that aired on Fox?
Of course.
Do you remember the gray skin, the shark toothed guy who had a flat top, kind of like Hammerhead, black shirt, kind of guy?
Yes.
That's Tombstone.
Is that Tombstone?
Yep. And if you looked at Lonnie's hands at the end of that episode, they were starting to turn kind of
Yeah,
gray
I
pale.
saw they were gray tipped, and I
Yeah.
thought it was just like he was touching something. Okay.
Not sure if his skin is changing color into it or his skin is flaking off and turning into that. Whatever. Yeah, his skin is going to be like that all over.
Oh, okay, okay, that's cool. I like that because Lonnie, like, I really liked that character. Like, they haven't even brought in like a Mary Jane yet
No, and
in
that's
any
good.
way.
Again, it felt kind of like they were trying to do that with Nico, kind of like trying to make her a possible, but then
Oh, she 100% had a crush on Peter.
but
100%.
we already know who Nico Minoru is. She's one of the Runaways, and she has magical capabilities.
Yeah, and she like they obviously they ended on like multiple cliffhangers.
Oh yeah, and that's the
Like,
best thing to do. Best
yeah,
thing to do.
Lonnie is running the gang now, the
Yep.
110th. Nico talks to her mom through her necklace, and
Yep.
apparently her mom's necklace is like telling her shit.
Yeah.
Like throughout the day, she's like, I know, mom. And then part of the venom is
Yeah.
being taken by Norman Osborn, so that means that it's gonna get out at some point, and
Yep.
someone's gonna get
even-
the venom suit, and it's
even in
probably
the
gonna be
first
Peter for a
episode,
little bit.
we had a huge thing like the spider that bites Peter. Normally, you'd see that spider either die or just you never hear about it again. No, this spider ends up in somebody's backpack and you don't know whose.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
if you've been online, unfortunately, because people just spoilers everywhere, even here, they've already given a design for Gwen Stacy and her spider suit. So guess what? We're getting Gwen Stacy next season, obviously. But we probably have to wait until next year or 2027 before we see season 2. So yeah, there's that.
So tell me more about Tombstone though. Like, what does he do?
You want more information on the dreaded
Yes, because I do like Lonnie as a character. He was like a decent dude. He was really fucking smart, but he was taking care of his family, and the only way he could take care of his family in the moment was to join the gang and get his brother out of trouble.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like, once the thing was done, he could have just been like, "All right, peace." Like, the other dude quit, so fuck off.
I mean, but that's as soon as Big Don, who's the guy who originally ran the 110, he runs off in the middle of this huge battle, which is also, again, within the same episode that Lonnie gets his powers. He runs off. Yeah, Lonnie had open chance to leave, but again, he had been showing so much more devotion to the 110 because, again, you got a group of rival gang called the Scorpions, ran by Matt Gargan, who is, like I said, basically the same guy we have from the MCU, but we haven't seen since that first movie. So this one is insane and got tech from friggin' Dr. Octopus, who ain't Dr. Octopus yet, but that's gonna happen.
Like they make it out like they made mention that he's using gamma to create his stuff, and they also say that like it can be grafted onto you if you use too much of it.
Right. So basically, Matt goes fucking apeshit
does it, and he overloads his thing, and you see it like burn on the arms. And I thought that was a cool way of doing it. Like I thought that was an interesting way of doing it, even though the scorpion tail is not on his butt. like a
Yeah, no,
scorpion. It's on his
I mean,
back.
it's like that in the books initially when he first gets the costume, but also he went through the same, well, not the same, similar thing that Peter got, where I think it was like he got powers like this, like an actual scorpion as well, but
Like get
he had a
bitten
tail
by a
suit.
radioactive scorpion or
No,
something.
no, I forgot because I mean in the show they used what they called neogenics, so they hit him with a beam with a scorpion in it. So like the scorpion's traits were transferred over to him. So he got the wall crawling, and they made a suit that he could control the tail of. So now he has super strength, regenerative properties. He's got the tail suit. He can wall crawl. Dangerous, super dangerous. But he was also
Yeah.
mutating a little bit more. So like he got like really big, and he had like sharp claws and sharp teeth.
Yeah,
Eventually,
because I thought at some point he had claws at some point too.
just regular claws,
Or
like
was it just Sharpie
yeah,
sharp
sharp
claws? Okay.
fingernails. Yeah.
But like I don't know, maybe I'm thinking something else. Maybe he just crab walked.
I mean, he was a menace at first, and then he just became like a villain of the week, like everybody else.
Yeah. But then he became part. Wasn't he part of the Sinister Six
Yes.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's one of Spider-Man's main villains.
Hmm.
But I like honestly the initial suit he had. I thought it was pretty ingenious. Like they never really explained it too much because he made all of the webbing like off air.
Yeah.
Like it was just he had it, and they also never went into like I should be a superhero, should I or shouldn't I? It was just immediately he got bit, he woke up, he was Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was like I forget how many months they kind of jump ahead from the point of the incursion from Doctor Strange and what we perceive as the Venom symbiote on whatever alien creature it was on, to
Yeah.
maybe like 6, 8 months down the line.
He's best friends with Nico.
Yeah.
Like he's already Spider-Man, and he's got like it's like not hydraulics, but like air pressure shit, and he turns it on in his back. It's like psst, psst, psst.
Yeah. So instead of it just being wrist mounted triggers, but it's like two big ass fire
Canisters.
extinguishers. Yeah, fire extinguishers full of friggin' webbing. So he doesn't have to change out cartridges. He would have to change out a whole tank. If he needed to, but at least he knew that it's a lot. It's enough to keep him going for quite a while.
Yeah, and I like at the very beginning of every episode, which I thought was a clever little thing, is they ended it like the new thing is to take a really old song and then do like rap over it.
I think the intro gets you knowledge on who the person behind the story is.
Yeah. I don't have a complaint about it.
Right.
I mean it's something that's been done a lot.
I mean, it introduces you to, like I said, the guy who is behind this show specifically, who is an African American man, and again, it's a pretty hype theme song. It is hype.
Yeah.
I love that he took the original theme song, hyped it up, and then they give you the visuals, and the visuals lead to what's going to happen in the episode.
Yeah, and I like it that they make it like a comic book page, where they show him in whatever outfit he's using that episode in the corner, like it's an issue number in the corner.
Right.
And they, of course, they do that initial very famous Spider-Man pose where he's holding a girl and like doing the thing.
Yep.
Or he's holding a person who's always like, ah!
Tales to Astonish.
Yeah. Tales to Astonish. That was the initial. They do that all the time, and I'm for it. I'm for it. Like even Deadpool made a joke about it one time doing it, and he was holding Weasel, like that. But I thought it was really cool seeing him transition through all the different Spider-Man outfits.
Yeah, what they ended up basically with what could be considered the future Foundation suit, with like some minor tweaks to it to make it not exactly Fantastic Four-ish. Because again, if you've seen the comic books, you know that the Fantastic Four have gone through a multitude of shoots, and Spider-Man at one point had joined the team because Johnny was out. I can't remember exactly where he was.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think that might have been during the time that Johnny was in the negative zone.
Oh, yeah. Mylanta.
Yeah, he got stuck in the negative zone. Well, he died and then was brought back, and then I think he died again. Either way, he was in the negative zone, I believe, or in one of his crazy relationships, which he does every so often.
I mean, it's Johnny Storm. He's on fire.
Man, whore.
Flame on! Flame on!
Scorched on the pants.
I like that. And Peter is still like, I think they do a good job. He's not very jokey in his day to day.
No,
He is so jokey once he gets like, yeah. When he gets in his spider suit, that's when the jokes start coming.
Yes.
And he's like being funny because he is not like that in his day to day, like at all. He is a straight up nerd, nervous, like everything gives him obvious anxiety.
Yeah.
But then when he's in his suit, he's just like, he's cracking them jokes and he's making everybody laugh, blah, 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 blah. Like it is.
I think it's a way. I think in this version, I think it's more of a way to cut the tension of knowing that at any moment one of these guys might kill you or could kill you. So he's like, all right, well, if I make it funny, at least I'm going out on a laugh.
I mean, it makes me think of like today when we were taking pictures, and Jesse's like, I know that it's a trauma response, but can you stop making the faces? I was like, nope, sure can't.
Not today.
No. Jokes are still gonna keep coming.
Yes, this is the way. It's what we do. We can't. No, we're not doing such serious situations.
No. I've been through some shit, man. I don't do that. No.
It's all ham.
It's all ham. So is there anyone else that I don't know?
Well, you said you wanted to know more about Lonnie, and technically his full name is Alonzo Thompson Lonnie.
I mean, that seems fair.
Obviously, he is a supervillain in the comic books. He's depicted as a hulking albino man with filed teeth, which is why he gets the. Again, this is in the comics, and it's also in the original animated series of Spider-Man that we saw back in our day in like the 90s.
Yeah.
And that's basically what he was. So.
Oh, and Daredevil shows up too? I forgot about that.
That's
shit.
right.
Daredevil
That's right.
shows
Also
up?
voiced by the actual actor who has played Daredevil.
And I finally saw an episode, like a trailer for that.
Not Ben Affleck. We're talking about Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox. I finally saw a fucking ad for that on Disney Plus, and I was so happy because I love him as Daredevil. It's so good.
He is a very good Daredevil. I mean, that series on Netflix, freaking chef's kiss. I mean, the freaking action sequences were amazing in that. I'm glad it's coming back in March. Not too long from now.
Is he doing the gold suit in this one?
I know. I think it looks at the suit that I've seen so far is a slightly brighter red suit from what he was wearing in the original series. And
because I remember in She-Hulk,
I don't think
he was wearing a gold version.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have some of those suits, like reworked suits that he may have used while he's been away for a while. But yeah, I think I don't think he's gonna be wearing that one. At least I don't think he is. At least I haven't.
Honestly, I kind of hope he doesn't. I don't like the gold suit.
But
it was funny as shit when he was doing the Walk of Shame.
That is fair.
From She-Hulk's house. That was funny as shit.
I'm sorry, no shame in that game. Sir, you bagged yourself a Hulk. Not many people can say that.
I mean, I'd be all about it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, Hulk on or Hulk off. It's go time.
Yeah. My thing was like, how the guys that she.
How do you struggle?
Right.
How do you struggle to find someone? You were gorgeous either way, and you're funny. Get the fuck out of here. One day.
Like even in the animated like all the various animated series she's been in, like Agents of Smash or the original Hulk, not the original Hulk, well, the Hulk cartoon that was from the 90s, and I think she popped up in a couple episodes of the Fantastic Four in the 90s, and then I think in the another Fantastic Four series that was done. Like when you did see her in human form, they animated her very well. So I don't understand how she would struggle with finding. I mean, is that just like because she's a lawyer? Because she's a
Maybe
woman
she's
of
super
power?
picky.
I don't know. I don't know. I
I,
feel like She-Hulk has a yeah. Like I don't get it. It's perfectly fine.
I, I don't know. I can't. I really hope that I haven't seen anything about a She-Hulk season 2, but like, I'd
I
be
think
all
she
about it.
deserves it.
It's
Or
so
or
good.
she again. I mean, she you have all these Hulk characters pop up in Captain America: Brave New World. Why didn't she pop up? I haven't heard anything about her popping up in that.
I really need to watch that too. It does look good. I
Yeah.
like the Captain Americas. Honestly, like I wasn't. I don't know if this is unpopular opinion. I wasn't a huge fan of Winter Soldier. Okay, I know. I know. Everyone says it's their favorite. It was not my favorite. The first one was my favorite, and like the Captain Americas felt like aside from for me it was the same like Iron Man and uh the first Iron Man was the best,
Right.
and then the third one and the second one were meh. The
Yeah. I mean,
the
I
second one
wasn't
was 100% meh. But Captain America, the first one was good. Second one was okay. Third one was fucking amazing. Because that was Civil War, and I
Yeah.
like that one.
Yeah. Civil War was amazing. I think with Cap, it's always they've gotten better with Captain America. Thor. I feel like Thor kind of wasn't.
Thor lost out after the first season. Man, it was like they
Yeah,
could not
the first
get
movie
a
was
good.
amazing. The second one was like
Yeah,
okay, but not great. Ragnarok, I think
yeah.
it was just funny enough where I was like, it's good, and it had freaking Kate Blanchett in it, and I really enjoyed
They
Kate
were
Blanchett.
trying to make Thor into Guardians of the Galaxy, and I understand he was going to be part of it, but he didn't need to be like that. Because
No,
Guardians of the Galaxy did so good that they were like, let's
my
make everybody like that.
no,
No, it
Love and
doesn't
Thunder,
need it.
Love and Thunder was just
Too much. It
garbage.
was terrible.
It's garbage.
Terrible.
Like the only thing that I thought was good about that movie was bringing Natalie Portman back, just so they could find have some closure to Jane Porter's character.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes. I appreciate that.
do I hope that maybe a version of her pops up in Doomsday or Secret War? Sure. I would like to see the mighty Thor come back again. But yeah, Love and Thunder was garbage. Garbage.
It was absolute garbage. Um, but we're talking about the fucking Spider-Man.
But it ties into the MCU because
It does.
it's an alternate universe that really
Yes.
does capture play for play moments. Like, for instance, when Peter comes upstairs to the apartment in episode 2 and finds Norman in the apartment with Aunt May. It is almost a play for play of when Peter comes in and finds Tony Stark sitting on the couch with Aunt May. Found the DVD player in the freaking garbage. Test.
Mm-hmm.
Norman wants him to be a part of part of this internship program. Doesn't know he's Spider-Man. Unlike Tony. Tony knew he was Spider-Man already because it played out in friggin' Civil War.
Did Norman know?
No, he
Oh
didn't know about it
no!
until
He said he invited all those people because
they were possibly Spider-Man.
yeah, they were possibly Spider-Man. Yeah,
But then by the end of
and
that
then
episode, yes, he finds out that
yeah,
he's Spider-Man.
yeah, because he saw him in the. It's like you're changing in fucking. You don't think that the Oscorp has cameras
Oh
in
no,
every
someone must be
fucking
playing
corner?
a trick on you, sir. Your security staff really got you with that. Yeah, these are my personal cameras. No one sees those except for me. Oh,
Damn it!
well then, yes, I am Spider-Man. Fuck.
And then I like how his son found out because Spider-Man went busting in the window, took off his mask, like, man, that was fun. Oh shit! And he's like,
Yeah,
"Cut it
yeah.
out.
How
Cut
did
it
multiple
out."
people find out about Spider? Let me see. Stairwell camera. Okay, that's one for Norman. Comes into the room, doesn't see Harry at all. Pulls off Mac. Harry knows. And then friggin' Nico's like, "What secret?" And friggin' Harry just tells her, cause he thought she knew. So Nico knows. So a lot more people know Peter's secret identity than they should.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because him telling Nico was so fucking funny.
God,
She's like, "Oh, you're Spider-Man, huh?" Ooh.
she was. And you see, from a teenager's point of view, yes, let's antagonize a person who has super strength, who flies around and helps people. It's like, you couldn't confide in me. I'm your best friend. And I guess since the first episode, she's kind of felt like Peter's been pulling away from her, and she doesn't want somebody else to leave her. And I can understand that from
Yeah,
her perspective because she's an orphan. So she's already had her parents, unfortunately, leave her, but she can't. She could not take another emotional loss like that.
yeah,
So I see it from her perspective, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, he literally day to day, this man is putting his life on the line to save people. Yeah, it apparently wasn't that bad before now, I guess. But now that like all these people are getting Octavius tech and getting all these crazy gadgets, it's been more so.
yeah. Is there now the guy who had the speedy feet
Right.
and the woman who had the speedy? Are they someone else that I don't know of from the comic books?
Let me take a look, 'cause I cannot honestly um remember them. No, no. All right, so we had the arsonist named Butane. Now,
Yeah.
I don't remember him from the comic books. If he was probably a minor villain here or there, like a you know grid. No, that's 110. Like we had the unicorn, and I do remember the unicorn being in the comic books, as well
What
as
did she do? Like the laser thing? Like
you know.
the other woman did? Because the other dude, I feel like is going to be Rhino.
Yes, I do believe that we are going to get Rhino possibly, which would be nice. It would be very nice to see Rhino pop up.
Do you think that it's going to be a suit, or you think it's going to be like a genetic modification
The way things are
thing?
going, probably a suit. And I mean, that's basically what it is in the comics. It's a suit.
Yeah, but he's not like a big dumb musclehead. So
No.
I feel like, and plus they were talking about how Oscorp is going to be a zoo,
Oh yeah,
and
I
they
mean,
got
it
all
did.
this
They did have a
animals.
bunch of.
So
Well, I felt like as soon as you saw like the lizard, and you're like, all right, well, we already have a Connors character, but it's a female versus a male, and she has a missing arm. Is that possible that she will become a lizard character somewhere down the line? I mean,
yeah, and I do like that when they change it up a little bit like that. Like even Spidey and his amazing friends. Okay, I'm talking about the kid show.
super
Okay,
OP.
first
I say
off,
super OP.
yeah, Doc Ock is a girl,
Ah,
and
yes,
so is Elektra.
Octavia.
Yeah, and also, I didn't realize this until like a few days ago, but the intro to Spidey and His Amazing Friends,
Yeah,
sung by Panic at the Disco.
really?
100%. I listened to it. I was like, I know this voice. Like, God damn it, let it go. Not let it go. I'm sorry. Into the unknown. Into the
Hmm.
unknown. That is that 100% Panic at the because no one can hit those fucking high notes like he can.
Fair.
No one. I really like Panic at the Disco. Like, there's a few songs that are hit or miss. A lot of songs are hit or miss, but the way that guy sings is, oh my god, it's so nice. It's so good. It's so good. I try so hard to hit that fucking high note that dude can, and it is impossible.
It.
Impossible.
I mean, that's fair. It is.
He's
At
like the
least you're
Mariah Carey of dudes. Like, you can't do it.
good grief.
You can't do it. Okay, so let's wrap this shit up. Let's see.
Okay,
They
I got one guy. The guy with the
okay.
speedy feet was based on a character named Speed Demon, but Speed Demon is a part of a group that Hyperion belongs to, and they're technically aliens. So that's not gonna count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Uh,
they were like lovers or whatever, and like instead of each having a whole thing, they were just trying to do crime sprees because
yeah. I mean,
I
yeah.
guess.
Maria Vasquez. That was
Yeah. Oh my god, my mom said warn me about you.
Oh gosh. Let it go. Fucking Christ. I mean, we did have the chameleon pop up, and he actually wore like the old school mask from the comics. Dmitry
Wait,
Smirdyakov. He
for
was talking to the 110s about where to find
oh, the guy who
tapes.
gave them the information.
Yeah, he was like he
That
had to
was
hide
the
his face because
chameleon.
he was already on the run because he broke out of prison.
I thought that he was like I thought he was that dude who was part of the group of four
Yeah.
that robbed the bank.
Yeah.
He was the dude with the beard, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wasn't crazy. I thought it was
Yeah.
the same guy. I didn't know that was Chameleon though.
Yeah.
So then what is the other one gonna be?
The other one? Oh, you talking about the other girl in the group?
The other lady, yeah, who they were like, oh, she's the wild card. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. She's not the wild card.
Yeah, that one I don't know. I mean, she could end up becoming Screaming Mimi for all we know. But I don't think Screaming Mimi's Russian. It's all Russian villains.
Well, sir, I think we need to wrap this shit up.
All right, fair enough. Kevin.
Do you want me to do it? No, I did the intro. It's your turn.
But no.
That's not how it works. Where can they find us? Jay!
Damn it.
Wait a minute. Is there anything else you want to say about Spider-Man? Because I think I'm going to say Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is definitely a must-watch if you like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's very much a retelling of the same shit, just like everything is these days. But they do it in a fun way. They do it in a slightly different way that doesn't annoy fans, which is a good thing, in my opinion.
It's not a complete rehash. From my perspective, I think it's its own thing without trying to trounce on everything that's already happened in the MCU specifically.
Yeah.
A lot of things are mirrored, but they're not exactly the same.
Yeah. But it's different enough to keep you interested and wondering what's going to happen next and how people, like, aside from the names that you already know,
yeah,
it's very much like waiting to see who's going to pop up next and how they're going to appear in this one.
I agree.
So, Jay, where can I find us?
Find us at the kjandapodcast@gmail.com. Also, give us a call at 858-848-5562. That's KJNA. You can also find us on all our socials at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube. Also, don't forget to find us on Patreon, where you can get 6 hours of bonus content and our more recent series, the Pokemon Smash Pass. So if you ever want to see, some crazy shit and a lot of witty banter about Pokemon, we got you.
Because that shit is super funny. It cracked me up. And we're only going to put the rest of it. There's a lot more Pokemon. We're going to put all the rest of them on Patreon. So if you want to hear it,
can't find
get on it. Because
else.
we don't know as much about the rest of the Pokemon.
Yeah, future generations.
We're guessing. No birds.
You can always.
No birds.
Yeah, no birds. It's not,
no bugs. No birds. That's varmint.
Yet. Yeah.
That's vermin. That's vermin.
We're waiting to see. Could be something that's just like legitimately out there. We're just like, what? Huh?
Why are we fucking a lion?
I mean,
anyways.
Or if you just want to donate to a podcast in need, there's always buymeacoffee.com/KJNA podcast. Also, don't forget we are part of the Game Core. And if you ever find yourself having intrusive thoughts, you're a veteran, or you know a veteran in need, hit up the Linktree. You can always find it in our bios, or you can find it in our episode notes.
Yeah.
Place.
Yeah, because I gotta put those notes in, and pretty soon we're gonna have a website up where we ain't gotta tell you our Linktree anymore.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We got some big plans, sir, for this year. Big plans. Last year was the year of the guest. This year is the year of us.
Yep. It's your growth.
The year of growth. Thank you so much for listening.
Oh, hold on. Don't forget.
Whoa, there's more!
Because we're part of the Unfiltered Podcast Network, and we're also a part of the Pod Nation Network. So if you actually want to hear more crazy stuff, more awesome banter, and see more interviews from different people, look at both those networks. Pod Nation's on Roku. If you got Roku, guess what? You can find
Fair enough.
our stuff and all their stuff on Roku. So, booyiggity yow, y'all. Hey, say goodbye.
Every time you.
Goodbye, folks.